Okay, another video for the day, and I was looking at the stock markets just earlier, and wow, has Europe's oil stock went up. I mean, they're up almost 3 total points right now, and America is sitting almost flat. Now, I don't know how in the world oil trade is used or manipulated for us to pay for whatever we're paying for, but this is a key point of why America needs to back our treasury off something more than crude oil. Crude oil is costing so many different problems in a row because we are using the crude oil that's a freaking fossil fuel that will burn up, that will disappear for our money. Think of that. It's like I'm using a gas can to take a loan off of it, but then I'm going to go burn that gas can right after I get the first loan. The bank would be like, well, you burnt the very thing that we are giving you the loan for. Like, what? How does that make sense? You know, how would we get a return back if you default on the loan? We needed to get that gas can back from you, but you burnt it, right? We couldn't do that. So the bank would never do it for you, right? They would just never give you a loan. They literally do that right now for other weaker countries, but they won't do it for America. Now, if you want to talk about weaker countries, I can start naming them out, and I can legitimately throw out their entire, ICE and everything that they have in their stocks, and we can break it down, and I can show you that exports and imports don't match up. So they're obviously using something or some way to play our market. Probably silver and gold. Probably. Do I know that for a fact? No. But do I know that only certain amount of things in the stock market are able to crash an economy or make a real estate run, right? China and Europe or someone has thought about trying to make America go through a economic destabilization type deal. That was their best strategy for a war, is try to make us fight a war, foreign war, while they attack us on an economic front, right? So what did they do? They started trying to short sell all of our stocks in crude oil to try to unstabilize our dollar, our currency, right? That was an immediate offer for war for another country to try to backstab them in the control of not only supply logistical chains, but the currency exchange, right? We would never just let someone change the currency into their currency, tell us that ours isn't worth shit no more, and then that's just how it is. I mean, if you liberals literally think that's a good idea, then do it. Go and trade your money in euros and see how long it goes, right? That'd be an easy way for you to figure out what it's like, right? You could do it today. Go and change in pesos. Try to buy stuff here in America through pesos. All right, this is just you understanding that if anyone thinks that America doesn't have a right to do this, then why is America one of the top global World Trade Organization holders, right? We are the only ones that keep everyone from sinking each other out in the ocean and backstabbing trade, right? That is legitimately what it's boiled down to over like the last 30, 40 years. America is the only ones that won't sink boats and take advantage of others, right? Everyone else did it so much that America had no choice but to stop all the boats from leaving the Strait of Hormuz and then turning off their transponders and then going to random countries they were not designated to go to. Okay, you actually have a charter course for a boat. It's put in the blog. You're not allowed to go up this maritime or this maritime. You're supposed to go straight to this coast, port to port, right? These little fucks have been going here to there, selling it here to there to play our market. It's because our crude oil is our backing of our American dollar. So they legitimately did an economical attack on America. Multiple countries did this first, You can say whatever you want, like America then, it's like we shouldn't, but either way, it was going to hit you in ways that you wouldn't like it, like a Great Depression, right? Like if we wouldn't have fought, everyone would have thought that America was up for taking and that we could just be pushed away, and that your taxes and your work hours were going to get worse than they already are. All right. That was coming no matter what. They were trying for that, right? Why do they destabilize your political system and all of your media? It's because they are trying to get you to infight so that they cannot focus on the real fight that is going on right now in Iran. Every foreign power needs that oil because they don't have some themselves, right? Mainly China. China cannot produce their own oil, or because they don't have reserves of it. So they're in a game of oil for war. If you can't put gasoline in the tank or the plane or anything like that, it doesn't go nowhere for war. It just sits there, right? It's a useless piece of machinery then. So since they decided that, war for Taiwan, our computer chips, was worth it, we went ahead and probably cut off the oil so they couldn't move those pieces of machinery to attack Taiwan, right? Everyone thinks that this was just, we're bullying people. No, Iran was legitimately trying to take all the oil, ship it over somewhere else, cut America off from getting oil so that way we had a real problem and it would have happened like that. All right? It don't take long for all the gas to be burnt up. You go to the gas pump every other, 2-3 days, right? You fill that fucking gallons up. It might not occur to you that tank has to be filled up. Or it might not occur to you that when you're pushing that gas pedal, the tank lowers. So you're burning fuel all the time. The tank gets lower all the time. That's underneath your feet when you're pumping at the pump, right? They try to steal so much oil and buy it or make a trade deal with Iran to backstab America, not just China. It was multiple of them, Russia, others, to fuck us pretty good, put us in a real, real bad economic strain, right? Not only just for politics for the midterm to hurt Trump's election, but that's because they need him to lose because he's fighting them on the actual front instead of letting it come here to America and then us talk about it's not our war, but then all of our prices go up. Then it's our war. If our stock shelves are going up or our gas prices raise up, then we must have a fucking problem, because if it's affecting our fucking prices, then it's a fucking war that we're involved in. How? Because everybody wants to be number one. So whenever you're fucking competing for world trade powers or agreements, you have to fucking fight the number one, which is America. We own the trade deals, right? Everyone tried to backstab us and it didn't work out too well. Why? Because they're not very smart. They're in a panic. They're rushing to try to keep up. They can't keep up. Why? Because they don't create their own technology or their own ideas. They just copy. There are a lot of copycat countries, a lot of them. That's why they always try to steal our technology or send spies over here. That's why it has gotten to such a state of, they don't think it's a big deal anymore to sell information that's supposed to be secret. Everyone tells you you're not supposed to do that, but then they sell it because it's a good deal for them. And then they screw over us, as in every other normal American, right? Once you give out technology that millions of tax-paying dollars spent to research and develop that, and then you give it away just because you're fucking upset about something and then you sell it for your own personal gain, we used to hang them for that. That way it didn't happen no more, right? They do it in every other country, Russia, China. They kill them people. As soon as they go against their way or slows them down for power, they're immediately removed. They're dead, gone. Dead men tell no stories or make no fucking drama, right? They're just dead. The world has gone on like this for so long that I think that America was just kind of blinded to the reality that the other side of the world has not been running smoothly, okay? It's just not. It's been off the rails for some time. And all the Muslim countries never really took it as a serious obligation for them because they thought, well, that's good for me. They can't produce, but unfortunately the amount of oil is, 45 to 35% of all the, other side's hemisphere's oil comes out of that area. So with us controlling it, we control their war plans, their entire economy. We control the flow of their transportation, the flow of anything, because we had their oil that they were trying to use it against us. So you can say that war and this and that's not a good idea, but unfortunately we've been in it for, past 5 to 6 years. It just never had a freaking trench line to show everybody where it was at. But if you look at the stock market, you can find it pretty clear. There's a line inside of our stock market. Then you can go watch the news and you can see people that are inside of America talking for another country's economy or well-being. That's a line. That's them choosing another country. You would never live in China and say, I love America. I hope they beat China in this upcoming market, war or whatever it is. But that's what it sounds like from America when we're watching people that are talking about being American, talk about another fucking land. Now, we all came from another land. Amen. We are a land of immigrants. My family, one side came from Russia. They were royals in Russia. My other family was from France, and they were royals from France, okay? I know a little bit about history. My family, we were raised very stringently. We are not a spoon-fed like family. You earn it or you don't get it. That's just that. All right? If I wanted a toy when I was younger, I had to use a sickle and go and chop some grass down. All right? That was just how I got a toy. That is one crest right there from France. The other one was a short-term crest that we were inside of another military for a little while. And then there's the World War II one where we got into with the Indian blood. But my bloodline we're quite good at finding princesses, apparently. I don't know why, but stop talking about me. I'm just trying to say that there is a point about immigrants. Of course, some immigrants came here just for a chance to be free and to stop the bullshit from where they just left. The other side came here for the very exact opposite. They came here for their side against us, right? Now, here's my crest that was from Russia. It's an actual shield. All right. And there she is in all of its glory, I guess. I don't know what you'd want to say because Russia's really not that strong of a country anymore. But, my first name is Craig. That is my Russian's side. And that's my first name. My last name is Dillard. I have 2 names of 2 different royal families, a Craig and a Dillard. So my first name is a royal fucking family's crest, and my last name is a royal family crest. So it's very odd to watch everyone talking about rights and blah, blah, blah. But then I have no rights here in America. But then I have immigrants coming in here that never even served in the fucking royal, never even earned a crest in battle, never earned loyalty from a country because of how they served or what they did for the country. They just came in and said, oh, I had a baby here. I get to be, I agree. If we're going to play that game, let's send all of our ratchet-ass motherfuckers into China and have them have babies over there. And let's see what side wins. Because our ratchet people will fucking control little Chinese motherfuckers. It's not a problem. So since they want to play, they got so many fucking tofu dredge cities that are unguarded and just left out in the open. They're lucky I'm not in charge because I'd be dropping parachute troopers in there with a big-ass generator capacity and we'd set up shop right in one of your abandoned cities. And then when you do find out we're there, it's already too late. And, it ain't hard to invade a country that has to hide behind every other form of war other than the one true one. But then they call themselves a superpower. I mean, Russia and all these other people are starting to look like, man, you talk a lot about my capabilities of war, but you won't even enter a theater. And that's why Russia and all of them will not agree with anything, because America's the only superpower answering for that superpower's mistakes and challenges. And then China wants to act like they don't have to fucking answer to it. Russia and everybody else wants you to. They all want you to either fucking stop the trade deficit and all that strenuous fucking trade deals for you to fucking fluff your pockets, or they just want you to come to. I mean, it's no doubt about it. Economies have been strained from greedy people in other countries, all right? America hasn't fallen because we had greedy people, of course, but they were only able to steal so much. So then China started buying into shit. Like, oh, look, we'll show you how to do this. We'll just take shit to say it's ours. Well, I mean, I think you could pay for whatever you want, but I think you getting stuff sent over there easily now is not going to happen. I mean, you did the stuff to us in COVID-19 when we asked for our own medical supplies. China denied it. Why the fuck would we be sending them food? Why the fuck would I feed my enemy? Especially when they keep on wanting to make it hard for me to have oil or trade or have my people be happy without interest rates. They give us shitty loans even. Or shitty shelf prices. I wouldn't fucking send them a damn thing. Our trade would be over. Everyone's like, oh, but our consumer. Who gives a fuck? Those are our factories. We show them how to build that shit. We can rebuild that anywhere. It probably needs to be at home. That way we ain't got to fucking deal with no bullshit. That's all it is bullshit. Because they're getting left behind because they're fucking not able to fucking stop thinking about just themselves. So no one wants to work with motherfuckers no more over there. Nobody. Because it's constant backstabbing, constant fucking... Oh, I accidentally lost that bottle. We don't know about... I mean, fuck, dude, if you look at these trades, man, you can tell that there's been so much bullshit going on that they're wanting you to, young men to die for a war that their old asses have made because they made promises to a whole bunch of people they couldn't keep because they weren't smart enough to make it work. So they asked for millions and millions and millions of dollars, billions. I mean, we're $23 trillion in debt. And other motherfuckers are mad that we're making fucking other people pay us back. I mean, they made that interest onto us to try and slow America down, not the other way around. No, that's not how it works. You don't put out mass loan sums and then put interest on it against America and think they're just going to be, oh, that's all good. Whoever thought this is going to work out, I mean, I don't know who their strategic planners are, but I mean, I bet they're fucking regretting their decisions now if they just lost their last fucking bit of oil. Their easy streak has been taken. And now they actually have to fucking think about legitimate logistics and like a supply chain because China just always thought that it would just be given no matter what. No, I mean, hell, India and all these motherfuckers are all like, well, what the fuck? How are we getting backlined? And then these motherfuckers are, getting the better deals. Like, there's a lot that this market crash and China's market crash and all that, I mean, they have exposed themselves in their own games. It wasn't America. America's economy would have fell first, right? They put in too many fucking extra loans onto stuff. So as soon as they fucking defaulted, it stripped away all the blankets and all their protections that they kept on throwing into our system to hide theirs. Like, that's just the truth. Like, you can bat an eye or fucking... But you clearly don't know a fucking damn thing about global politics or global trade. I mean, it's obvious that most people are fucking redundantly stupid to what's going on. But, hey, war is bad. Unfortunately, other countries have fucking stepped their foot into it for a lot longer than we have.